What's up, y'all? It's Bardock. Today, I'm going to be reviewing another animation that Zero Star Animations did. That's actually a prequel to the one I reviewed previously, and it's called Bardock's Mission. I'm reviewing this because that other video, last time I checked, was at like 11 likes. And the like goal was only 10 likes. So, we beat it. So it's going to be the exact same like last time. Summary, the goods and the bads, and the final score. And now, without further ado, let's get started. So, for the summary, Bardock gets approached by these two random Saiyans, and he's getting sent to a planet to destroy all life on it. Not destroy the planet itself, just the life on it. That's exactly what Bardock does. Goes into a ship, powers it on, flies over to there, and beats up everyone. But there's this one dude that looks like Spider-Man that Bardock has to end up fighting. And this is actually the first time we get to see the special gem that's actually seen at the start of the first episode of Reform Warriors. And the Spider-Man looking dude uses the gem to basically power up. And then they fight some more. Bardock ends up winning. So all inhabitants of life on that planet are gone. And he takes the gem and says he's going to give it to King Vegeta. Which that all leads into the first episode of Reform Warriors. Now with that out of the way, let's go and get into the goods and the bads. For the goods, this is actually quite unique. This is actually his first time doing it. So yeah, there's going to be a few problems. But still, this was like really unique. I loved the custom Saiyan designs. So simplistic, but yeah, it looked fire at the exact same time. And then also the creative factor of the plot for that little mini episode. Pretty cool. I like the idea of Bardock going to a planet, and instead of acting like a low-class Saiyan, sort of acting like an elite Saiyan, even though he's not an elite Saiyan at this time. And the visuals were also really good. They're not like Reform Warriors level, but they were still good since it was his first time. And then also another thing, but the voice acting was also pretty good, because I think it was only Zero Star that voice acted in it. And he was able to get different tones in his voice for different characters, and it turned out pretty good. And now, let's go on to the bads. So for the bads, of course, there's going to be a few problems. So one thing the bad is, oh my god. One kind of bad thing about this, it seemed to go a little too quick. Understand, again, stop motion, but it just seemed a little too fast. Maybe it's not the fact that it was maybe fast. Maybe it was just the fact that we just didn't get enough content for it. And so, yeah, that's... Because really, there's not that many problems with this. I actually can't think of really that many problems for it, to be honest with you. Honestly, one thing I will say, though, before we get into the final score, I hope we see the custom Saiyans in episode 2, or just later on in the series for Reform Warriors. Because I think it would be nice to implement some custom characters into the story as well. And that's really it for the goods and bads. There was not that much wrong since it was his first stop motion. Not first stop motion, sorry. First stop motion in that style. Or like episode-like. And now let's go ahead and go into the final score. So for the final score, I'd actually give this like a 9 out of 10, to be honest. I know, a little bit higher than Reform Warriors, but it's the fact that I can't find any problems, like any big problems with this episode. And it's kind of crazy. Because it was the first time that he did it in that style. And he was able to actually capture it almost perfectly. And yeah, so that's all for today's video for that. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Trying to hit 1K by the end of the year. Last time I checked, I was at 677. as the time of recording this, I think. I'm getting close. At least to 700. And yeah. That's all for today's video. And I'll catch you on episode 2 of Reform Warriors.